Hey, welcome. This is One Gratitude. I'm Lorraine Aguilar, and I look forward to seeing your gratitudes on this Friday, TGIF. So go ahead and type them at any time, whether you're a live viewer or if you're a virtual viewer of the recorded version. I still look forward to seeing and celebrating your gratitudes. I'll share mine with you today. Play you a classic song, Stand By Me, 1950s doo-wop style. And then I'll scroll through your responses for some shout outs. So to kick off our last of this week, gratitude practice, may I invite you to join me in a deep collective breath to come into the present moment, into our awareness of our gratitude and of each other. Here we go. That felt good. My gratitude today is for intuition, and particularly the type of intuition that I would characterize as inner knowing. And a small example of that was yesterday I was going to have a socially distanced dinner with my neighbor, and my intuition said, maybe check in with him. And I said, hey, if you're having a long work day for any reason, we can always move it to tonight, to Friday. And he replied back saying, oh, that's, I'm so grateful, because he was having a very rough morning at work and it was probably going to be a late night for him. So that's a little example of intuition. And the last example I'll share with you that came to mind was I had a coaching client once where we were exploring her sense of intuition. And I gave her two envelopes that were identical, but she didn't know the contents of the envelopes. And then I strength tested her on those envelopes. One envelope, she stayed strong. The other envelope, she was clearly weak. For those of you who aren't familiar to strength testing, it's called kinesiology, is a form of it. So anyway, the punchline here, which true story, when she opened up the envelopes after the strength testing, she found that the envelope where she remained strong had a photograph of Mother Teresa in it. And the envelope where she went weak had a picture of Adolf Hitler. So that, for me, is one of many experiments that test our inner knowing. And I know for some people this is a belief system, but I like the fact that I actually have personal experience. This is one example of many of this, what I would call inner knowing. Our body is a barometer of energy. So that's what I'm so grateful for, because the older I get and the deeper I go in my own, I would say in my own spiritual journey in this life, the more I'm listening to that inner knowing, to that intuition. And I'm so grateful for that. What is your gratitude? As play a little Stand By Me. If you want to play along, it's a classic doo-wop progression in the key of G. Here we go. When the night is young, the land is dark, and the moon is the only light we'll see. I won't be afraid, no, I won't be afraid, just as long as you stand by me. So darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand now. Stand by me. Stand by me. When the sky that we look upon should tumble and fall, and the mountains should crumble to the sea, I won't cry, I won't cry, no I won't shed a tear, just as long as you stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand now. Stand by me. Stand by me. Whenever you're in trouble, won't you stand by me? Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand now. Stand by me. Stand by me. Love those campfire songs. Okay, I can't wait to see your gratitudes here. Let's see what we've got. I want to welcome Rick Hodgkin. Glad to have you back. Wolfgang, Happy Ron, and Klaas. Woohoo! Okay, the first gratitude I see is from Happy Ron. He says, grateful for the response to new Bruce Springsteen cover. Yay! High five on that. I saw your video last night, Ron, and I loved it. For those of you who are curious, it's this very romantic video of people slow dancing, different couples, including Clint Eastwood, which was one of my favorites, to your beautiful acoustic version of Dancing in the Dark. So I loved it, and thank you for sharing it with the world. If people want to check it out, he's at HappyRon10 on Instagram, or HappyRon, one word, in your search engine, and you can find him on Facebook and other places. Okay, Wolfgang Foxtrot V from Germany, yay! He says, grateful for the songs you serenade us with. Oh, Wolfgang, thank you. That means a lot to hear, seriously. I had a lot of hesitation when I first started this gratitude program. A little self-doubt, am I inflicting songs on people who just want to get their gratitudes out? And so it's very heartening to hear that that's part of the experience for you, that you value. Thank you. Okay, Klaas NVC says, grateful for intuition before thoughts and for not knowing. Oh my gosh, I want to write that down. Before thoughts and for not knowing. Klaas, I love that. I regret that this is a one-directional screen. I would love to have a cup of coffee with you and talk about that. There is something so powerful for the not knowing and to rest in the unknowing. One of the things that I love about life at this stage in my life is just sitting with the mystery, sitting with not knowing, and inviting things to unfold organically. I also love what you said about intuition before thoughts, and I especially appreciate that because a lot of my journey, and I think a lot of us have a similar journey of learning, analysis is really a valuable muscle, but sometimes our most important decisions are not the analytical ones, getting out of our thinking and dropping into our hearts, into our intuition. And I think that's particularly true for love. I've had relationships in the past with the perfect resume match, and just the light, this chemistry wasn't there. And strangely enough, the times that my heart was widest open were the people that I would have never guessed, have signed up for on a dating website, for example. This is the mystery. This is the beauty of intuition, before thoughts and for not knowing. And Klaas, thank you for saying that so beautifully. All right, let's see, any more gratitudes? Okay, that's all I see. Okay, so as we close this week, I just want to give a shout out also to the many viewers of the recorded version of this. Thank you. I'm so grateful for you as well. And for our little live community here, there are literally hundreds of people who view these mostly on LinkedIn and some on Facebook and YouTube. And so I just want to say thank you for this extended community, both the live and the virtual or the recorded. So in closing, for all of us, may this gratitude practice remind us and make it easier to stay connected to the things that really matter in this life, and make it easier to let go of the things that don't. And may it fortify us as we do our unique, joyful, and creative parts to facilitate humanity rising during these very powerful days of reshaping humanity while the clay is still wet. Okay, everyone, have a beautiful weekend. Thank you for closing this week with me, and hope to see you Monday.